So today I'm going to share with you how to have exponential and geometric growth in your business. And you want to stick with me until the end because most people, they don't even know about those ways to grow a business. They think that the only way to grow their business is to go out there and hustle their way one client at a time. And I'm going to change that paradigm with you today. So stick with me until the end. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Moran Pober and I'm here to help you buy your dream business or a few of them like I've done in the last few years. I'm here to share my journey with you and share the lessons that I wish someone shared with me when I started. I'm also the founder of Acquisitions.com. So if you're in this video, it means that you understand that there's an opportunity to grow not just by growing one client at a time, but there's an opportunity for you to grow one business at a time, for you to go out there and buy your dream business or a few of them and buy complementary businesses or your competitors. Now, most people don't even know that those options are possible. They're going out there, they're trying to learn the next Facebook ad strategy or the next chatbot strategy or the next webinar strategy or the next whatever social media strategy is to grow a business, either from scratch or to grow their existing one. But they never think about how they can grow geometrically or exponentially, which is exactly what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to share with you a few main lessons that I wish that I knew when I started. So the first thing you want to pay attention to is that you need to play to win and not to lose. Most people are afraid to play to win, so they're not taking risks anymore. They're doing whatever it takes to play not to lose. And it's a big difference, because someone who's playing to win, they're going to take different risks, they're going to take different actions, they're going to strategize and have a different vision than someone who just want to keep what they have so far and just play not to lose and stay in their comfort zone. There's a very different strategy by you wanting to dominate an industry versus you just want to stick where you're at. Unless you're willing to take risks and always take them day after day and stay outside your comfort zone and doing things that are uncomfortable to you, it's going to be really difficult for you to experience that exponential growth. So if you never bought a business before, if you never bought your competitor or a complementary business in your sector or a similar sector, it's going to feel uncomfortable for you. You're going to have many questions that you're unsure about those answers, like where to find the best deals, like how to talk to brokers, like how to pick the best sector, like how to position yourself as the buyer, like how to position yourself in front of financial institutions. If you never did it before, it's going to be outside your comfort zone. It's going to be something that you're not used to do. And if you're going to be afraid of taking those actions because you never did it before, you're just going to stay where you're at because you're playing not to lose. The biggest thing I see with people is that when they start a business, for example, right? Let's say you start a business from scratch to get to your first 10,000 in sales, for example, right? $10,000 in sales. It's supposedly kind of, I don't want to say easy, but it's simple to get there, right? The first few $1,000s of sales, it's easy to get there. And many people, they grow from zero to, let's say, $10,000 in sales. And for them, it's exponential growth. But after they get there, they stop to do what they did when they just started. When they just started, they hustled their way to get one client at a time. They worked hard. And when they got to that comfort zone, let's say they got to 10,000 in sales, that became their comfort zone. And when they got there, they started to step back and become relaxed. And they're not taking the same amount of effort and the same amount of action that they did when they just started. Because now they can pay their bills, they're not in a rush, they basically can live from that, and they don't have anything to force them. They don't have any other like mentor or someone who is a little bit ahead of them, a few steps ahead of them, who will look at them and tell them, hey, what you're doing is so small, it's so minimal. And they don't have anyone to step up against. So they're just staying where they are. And if it's you, let me know in the comments below, because many people I know message me and they tell me, hey, I have a business, I started a business, or I tried to start a business and I have a freelancer business or a consulting business and it's making some money, but it's not where I think I can be. And that's one of the biggest reasons. You just don't have any people around you are a little bit ahead of you. Unless you have that, it's going to be super difficult for you to change, because everyone around you is going to tell you, hey, you're doing great. And the next thing that leads me is the fact that they just don't know that they can grow faster by buying a business. They're going out there and, like I said, they're trying to always learn about the next Facebook strategy or learn about the next chatbot strategy or create a better webinar or bring a better salesperson. All those things are great to grow internally, but it's just going to grow you a little bit. After a while, businesses only grow 10, 20, maybe 30% a year internally. But compare that to growing externally by acquisitions. You can grow thousands of percentage every single year by buying competitors or complementary businesses of businesses that are doing similar amounts of revenues to your existing one. And people just don't understand that it's possible, and even if they know that it's possible, they're afraid to step outside their comfort zone. They're afraid to make a commitment to do that because it's the unknown, and everything in the unknown for people, they just don't want to jump in, they don't trust. They better and prefer to stay in their comfort zone, and as long as they can pay their bills, they're like, yeah, at least I can do that. Which leads me to the next biggest mistake, is that even people decide to jump in and do those things, and they want to grow by acquisitions. They start a little bit, they take a few steps, they watch a few of my videos, they take a few steps, and then they stop. Why? Or me or someone else's videos. They read an article about the fact that you can buy a business, they read about it, they get excited, they take a little bit of action, and then they stop. And the reason for that is because they don't have the full system. They don't know all the nuances in the process. They don't know exactly what mistakes they can make. They don't know exactly what questions they should ask business owners, brokers, financial institutions, accountants, lawyers, and then they stop because they're giving up, because they're like, hey, you know what? I don't know what to do next. Because they don't have accountability, support, and community around them of people who are doing the same, of people who can tell them, hey, this is normal, what you're doing is normal. Or hey, what you're doing is wrong, here's how you should fix it, here's how you should do something different. Only when you have a peer group of people who can tell you, hey, you know what you're doing is a little bit wrong, let's change it, and you see that for them it's normal, only when you see that it's going to be normal for you as well. And unless you have that group around you, it's going to be super difficult for you to be the only one in your peer group who's trying to go out there and buy a business, because everyone's going to tell you, hey, this is impossible. And let me know in the comments below if it ever happened to you. Now, another big question I'm getting from people, after they understand how to grow exponentially, or they have the basics, they have the excitement to do that, one of the biggest questions I'm getting from people is, how do I get the money? Let's say I found a deal, I have my sector, but how do I get the money to finance that deal, right? Which is exactly why I created this video next for you. So subscribe to the channel if you didn't yet, and like this video if you're here right now. And if you want to continue to learn about this space of buying businesses and learn how to find money for your deals, go and watch this video next, and I'll see you there in a bit.